Welcome to a documentary that dives into the heart of the American economy. We're talking about the top 10 U.S. states facing a crisis as big retailers cut back at an alarming rate. What does it mean when the pillars of our retail landscape begin to crumble? Stay tuned as we journey across the country, examining the economic impacts of this retail shift and what it means for the people living in these states. Our journey begins in California, a state often associated with prosperity and opportunity. But even the Golden State isn't immune to the challenges posed by a changing retail landscape. We'll examine the economic impact of major retailers pulling back from California, from iconic department stores to beloved local chains. We'll speak to former retail workers, families struggling to make ends meet, and local businesses feeling the pinch as consumer spending dwindles. What are their hopes and fears for the future? Join us as we explore the complex factors contributing to California's retail decline. Our journey continues to New York, a state synonymous with bustling streets and iconic shopping destinations. But even the city that never sleeps is experiencing a retail slowdown that's impossible to ignore. We'll shine a light on the major retailers pulling out of New York, from luxury brands to everyday essentials. We'll investigate the factors behind these closures, from soaring rents and property taxes to the changing habits of consumers, who are increasingly turning to online shopping. How are they adapting to this new reality? Join us as we navigate the changing landscape of New York's retail scene. We head south to Texas, a state known for its booming economy and independent spirit. But even the Lone Star State is feeling the pressure as big retailers scale back their operations. We'll examine the unemployment rates in Texas, focusing on the specific sectors and communities hit hardest by job losses in the retail industry. We'll explore how local businesses are adapting to the changing retail landscape, from embracing online sales to finding creative ways to engage customers. Are these efforts enough to offset the losses from big retailers? Join us as we investigate the economic realities facing Texas. Our journey takes us to Florida, a state renowned for its tourism and vibrant economy. But even the Sunshine State is facing shadows as big retailers downsize, casting a long shadow on local businesses. We'll investigate how these closures are impacting the mom-and-pop shops, the restaurants, and the small businesses that rely on the foot traffic generated by larger retailers. How are these closures affecting the sense of community and the local character of neighborhoods that thrived on the presence of these now shuttered stores? Join us as we explore the interconnectedness of Florida's retail ecosystem. We travel to Illinois, a state grappling with economic challenges even before the recent wave of retail cutbacks. We'll examine the state government's response to this crisis, analyzing the measures taken to mitigate job losses, support affected communities, and attract new investments. How are they navigating this challenging economic climate? Join us as we delve into the complexities of Illinois' economic landscape. Our journey takes us to Pennsylvania, a state with a rich industrial history now facing an uncertain economic future as big retailers retreat. We'll analyze the long-term economic forecast for Pennsylvania, taking into account the impact of retail closures on job growth, tax revenue, and overall economic stability. We'll speak to Pennsylvanians from all walks of life, former retail workers, small business owners, and community leaders, to understand how they are adapting to this changing economic landscape. Join us as we investigate the long-term implications of retail cutbacks on Pennsylvania's economy. We journey to the heartland of America, to Ohio, a state where the impact of retail cutbacks is deeply felt in communities large and small. This chapter will be a tapestry of personal stories, woven together to illustrate the human cost of this economic shift. We'll meet families who relied on retail jobs to make ends meet, now facing the daunting task of finding new employment in a shrinking job market. We'll also speak to small business owners in Ohio, the backbone of many communities, who are grappling with declining foot traffic and reduced consumer spending. Through these personal narratives, we'll gain a deeper understanding of the human impact of retail cutbacks. Our journey takes us to Michigan, a state that has already faced its share of economic hardship. We'll investigate the impact of retail cutbacks on the real estate and housing market in Michigan. Are we seeing a decline in property values in communities hit hardest by retail closures? Are more families at risk of losing their homes? We'll speak to real estate agents, homeowners, and housing experts to understand the current state of Michigan's housing market. Is there a silver lining, or are darker days ahead? Join us as we explore the interconnectedness of the retail industry and the housing market in Michigan. We head south to Georgia, a state experiencing a period of growth and change. But how are these changes impacting consumer behavior? We'll examine the spending habits of Georgians in the wake of retail cutbacks. Are people spending less overall? Are they shifting their spending to online retailers? We'll delve into the reasons behind these changes, exploring factors such as job security, wage stagnation, and the rising cost of living. Are these shifts temporary, or are we witnessing a fundamental change in how people shop and spend their money? Join us as we explore the evolving relationship between retailers and consumers in Georgia. Our journey culminates in North Carolina, a state grappling with the realities of a changing retail landscape. But amidst the challenges, there are also glimmers of hope and innovation. We'll explore innovative strategies being implemented in North Carolina and other states to revitalize struggling communities, support displaced workers, and attract new investments. Could these solutions hold the key to a brighter economic future? We'll speak to entrepreneurs, community leaders, and policymakers who are at the forefront of these efforts. Join us as we explore the path towards recovery and renewal. Thank you for watching our documentary on the top 10 U.S. states in crisis as big retailers cut back fast. We've journeyed across the country, witnessing firsthand the economic impacts and the human stories behind the headlines. The decline of traditional retail is a complex issue with no easy solutions. But by understanding the challenges, exploring innovative solutions, and supporting affected communities, we can navigate this changing landscape together. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. Stay informed and stay safe.